kind of muscles you have? No. Bro, what kind of patterns you have? Or is it just aesthetics?
Hello everybody, welcome back to training every single day. Now, what did I train today? If you're wondering, I spent some time doing some upper body strength, some upper body skills, and some mobility, along with a little bit of juggling. Now, this starter press, I'm trying to work on the balance and the technique of it. While I can go up into a handstand, like a freestanding handstand, from the starter press position, it's a really bad and awkward technique. So I'm going to regress it a little bit and really focus on getting good technique, good transition into the handstand. And that's a lot of what I did today, regressing and focusing on quality over quantity, really doing more. Now I'm doing these isometric along with some negatives to build the one arm pull-up, which I'm getting better at as time goes on. And then here is a good example of mobility. Put your nose to the wall and do some squats. If you want to make it even harder, put your arms overhead. And if you want to make it even easier, take a few steps back. Now, I'd like to tell you specifically to do a little bit more, to take a little bit more risk, to be a little bit more adventurous. And that is a idea that I got from Robert Greene, my favorite author. And he says to really do more and to either win or fail. You can, if you win and have a great success for all your risk you take, come to me. But if you fail and end up, ruining your life, send all your bad hate to him. That's what he says. Something like that, at least. Now, the reason I kind of got into that mood is because I took a little bit of risk today. I thought about investing into some Bitcoin, so I bought some Bitcoin, and I'm probably going to do a little bit more of that, and hopefully I'll be one of those Bitcoin millionaires, when it pops up. So if you think about taking some risk, buy some Bitcoin and we can be in it together. This is not financial advice. This is just my personal opinion as a YouTube person. Now, I'm doing a little bit of some shoulder mobility against the wall, doing some stretching. This is another way you can stretch and use the wall. If you're more advanced, use the floor than this. But right now for me, this is my level using the wall. It really helps you stretch. I heard this example. I don't know exactly who said it, but they said if you put 100 people in like an empty room, big empty room, people will just kind of gather in the middle and just kind of work with the empty space and just kind of do nothing. But if you put 100 children in a room, they will play, and they will play with the walls and play with the floor and do all that kind of good stuff. So use the wall. It's a lot more than just something that keeps up your roof. Use any kind of tall object, trees, walls to work with it, play with it. It's so much more of your environment than most people just work only with flat grounds. And then they sit in a chair, maybe put the rest of their arms on a table. But really play with your environment. Play with the ground, play with the wall. Use it to stretch, use it to be strong, use it to be mobile, use it to its fullest, to your best capabilities and to your best advantage. So the starter press, I'm going to probably take a day off because these moves are really intense for both the upper body and the techniques and all that. So I'm going to take probably a day off tomorrow just so that I can really I really want the starter press more than the one arm pull up. I've done it before, I do it, but I want it to be not so really awkward balancing the whole time. Anyways, if you made it this far in the video, please leave a like, please comment, please subscribe. That's the best way to support the channel. Also follow my Instagram in the bio. If you want to really support the channel, you can give me a call with the Connect With Me number at the bottom. It costs $1 per minute, or we can book some coaching calls and I can help you get to where you want to be a little bit faster. So thanks for all the people who call me, and thanks for all the people who thought about getting some coaching. Now I'm going to work on the flares here, and I'm doing a little bit of a regression. Hopefully you can see how I'm changing the technique. Instead of just trying to complete one round, I'm trying to stop it right at that position. I only did a couple of them correctly and only on my good side, but I think this is probably the best way for me to really get the flares down instead of just trying to continue to do them with a little poor technique. Just slow it down, work on what I can do perfectly with a lot of control, and build from there. So right there, that's what I'm going for. That kind of technique, and that's where I'm going to stick with until I can master this step. And that's really just like the final step before just continuing the flares. Right there. I want to get it on both sides, and then I will try to, continue it, work for multiple flares, and continue up my power movements. So what I do most of the time is I'm hitting the ground with the wrong leg on the 3/4 position, and that's something I'm really trying to work on and work with. I've done flares before. I've done a flare before, and I can kind of do it. Visually, it looks like I'm doing it, but I'm really not. You really have to have a keen and discerning eye to see where I'm making the mistakes, or just be me. So that's all the training I did during the day, and then I get into some nighttime stretching, nighttime mobility, more nose to the wall stretching, squatting, working on that squat mobility, and eventually I want to get my arms over my head. And one of the best things about the wall is it keeps you honest. It really keeps you honest with your squat mobility. When you do spinal waves, when you stretch out your shoulders like I did a little bit earlier, I really recommend you get to doing some spinal movement, spinal waves, articulating the spine. That's really what I've been working with a lot recently. Really I'm trying to mobilize like the bottom part of the spine. My upper spine's really good, but like on the bottom, like for me, I break it up into sections. So my bottom 2 sections of my spine and where I'm at is still is still having some room to improve. I get a lot of popping sounds, a lot of kind of like the self-chiropractic is what I think about spinal waves is like you're your own chiropractor. But when I could talk about my bottom 2 sections, and that's not exactly my bottom 2 vertebrae, because I can only break it into about 7 sections, and there's 33 vertebrae in your spine. So I just need to work on really developing the 7 sections, and then, adding the in between those sections until eventually I can move all 33 vertebrae in my spine really controlled and articulate. Still pretty good with the stretching at night. Splits, I can do it. Bridge, I can do it. Staying dynamic with it. And I'm having a lot of fun with training. So let me know what you guys are training for. Let me know if you guys want me to do any specific videos, any tutorials, or reviews, or give you some updates on anything really. Now, that's all I had training for today. Remember, please like, comment, subscribe, follow my Instagram, and check out all the nice things in the description. And I'll see you in the next video. So thank you for watching, and don't forget, movement is improvement, no matter what it is.